Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/MangoBay. Mango.
Bay.
My friend Jacob called me because he's the guy who helps us. You know, he films, he like holds the camera and stuff. And he like called me because we were supposed to film that day. And he called that phone and the guy picked up and was like, he was Chinese. So he's like, hey, your friend Brendan, he don't have his phone. And my buddy Jacob went, yeah. Okay, Brendan, what's up, man? Piece of shit.
I recognize that joke 1,000 miles away. Brendan doing a China man.
That is really
That's
funny.
a good white friend who knows your Chinese accents. Oh, this is when we were being racist yesterday.
Well,
yeah,
dude,
I know this racism.
It is funny because sometimes if someone's calling me, I will pick up the phone. I go, Ching Chow Chicken. How can I help you?" I will do that.
I won't even say the chicken. I'll just say Ching Chong and see
I
what
go,
happens.
Ching Chow Chicken, will you like egg roll? I really do that. I'm not even kidding.
First of all, egg roll comes with any dish, so I don't know what you're saying.
I know.
You don't
Do
even
you
know
like
what you're
egg roll
talking
with
about
that?
right now.
You have
Wow.
no choice but egg roll with
Jesus
that.
Christ.
You have no choice but egg roll
They'll
with
give you an
that.
egg roll with just the bag, bro.
Gotta update my joke.
Bro, if you walk into a Chinese restaurant, don't order something, you walk out, you look down, there's an egg roll in your hand. I'll be like,
Whoa,
dude,
this is
okay,
pretty-
all right.
yeah,
They have egg
complimentary.
rolls. It's just Chinese fetuses, dude.
If you walk into a Chinese place and you purposely try to not have an egg roll in your hand, you go, no, and you look at your hand and you walk out, you'll feel it in your shoe.
yeah.
How the fuck did
Put it up
that
your
happen?
ass.
Yeah.
you
It's like in
should.
the Santa Claus when he keeps shaving and
Yeah, just keep coming back.
the beard keeps coming back.
Egg roll. It's the most insane thing.
Wow, we're really just fucking, we're just,
We're trying to rope you into more racism, and so we get out of it.
That's
we
okay.
come out of it unscathed, and you lose your career.
that's okay.
what
career? Yeah. Oh.
Today on the pod, dude.
I think
Exciting day.
Yeah.
A special guest.
Are we rolling?
I think we are, right? We
Oh, yeah.
Right?
We're breaking
We've
the
been
color
rolling?
barrier.
Barrier?
I was just about to say, like, I felt bad about doing all of
You
that
should.
hilarious stuff.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel bad about the racism. I'll never feel bad about the racism. I just felt bad about doing all that stuff not recording. I was like, Jesus Christ.
We're always rolling.
All this Chinese gold.
The Chinese gold, also
I
known
think
as
you
P.
Oh.
I think you
That
can
makes
do pretty
sense.
much anything. Well, I can. I feel like I can get away with a lot.
Because
of
you're not a rich white guy. So you're...
No.
I know, you're ethnic white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're breaking the color barrier here, and we're it's kind of an overcorrection almost. We're going almost too white right now.
This is the whitest guy I know.
Are you Long Island white?
Long Island
Okay,
White.
I mean, that's like...
Brendan's so funny because he's like...
That's like
I'm-
Chechnya, okay?
Yeah,
That's like Chechen
Chechnya,
white,
dude.
okay? That's like
Fucking
Chechen.
Chechnya.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite part of Long Island, by the way, is Chechnya. By the way, it's so
Chechnya.
good.
Yeah,
A lot of
Chechnya Wanta.
Yeah, Wanta. Y'all just went there and just took every Native American name.
No, I love that they kept the Native American names. Like,
Right.
no, keep it.
Right?
Buddy, it's
Hey.
wild what white people have done to the Native
Massapequa.
Americans.
Hi.
Yeah, Massapequa.
Whenever I hear a white guy being like Ronkonkoma, I'm like, what the fuck is
Dude,
going on?
Hey,
This guy having a stroke?
every district in Long Island should be renamed genocide.
I
This is
did-
genocide.
I
particular
dated a
genocide.
girl whose last name was Braunstein, and
Okay.
she was from Massapequa. But dude, have you ever?
White
Oh,
girl's
the
name-
Massapequa Bronstein.
Yes,
Oh, interesting. Lovely.
I bid you adieu.
What a
Yes,
match.
yes.
A Jiffy Lube, sir.
Yeah, dude. And if you go, the funniest thing, have you ever
The
been?
finest Jiffy Lube in all town.
Okay. So have you ever been?
Is this racist at this point? Yeah, it's all right.
We're still doing the Jiffy Lube bit.
And one more time.
If
for
we're
the
still
pod.
here,
Have you ever
it's
been-
their podcast, I guess.
No, I take over, dude. I didn't even take off my leather jacket, but I took off my shoes, which is a very
Yeah. This looks
good.
so... I've never seen a white guy socks in my
This
life,
is
actually. This is
really?
wild. Yeah, they're all wearing shoes.
It's not socks. It's
What are
his
those?
feet.
More shoes?
His feet.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
it.
these are my feet. Have you ever been to comics, like Mohegan Sun? Have you ever been to
Sure,
Mohegan
sure,
Sun?
sure.
The funniest thing about Mohegan Sun is that they have a picture of their chief in the
Oh,
hallway.
really?
Yeah, I wish I
my
took a
God.
picture of it. It's this woman named like Laura. It's this white
Yeah.
woman who is, every time I walk by it, it makes me laugh because they're like, Chief Laura Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's always, it's the best thing about like Native American names now. It's always like, hi, I'm Cindy Lightfoot. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? And she's like blonde, blue eyes. She looks like Brendan pretty much, you know? She's like, hi, I'm Chief Cindy Lightfoot. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, there is
Okay.
a fine line between wanting everyone to be one kind of person and also people taking your culture. There's like a fine line of what upsets you. You know what I mean?
I think Cindy has no idea what she's talking. You know, you be talking about this to Cindy Lightfoot, and she's like, "What? My parents were Lightfoots.
Yeah, I am
and their grandpa was
the Massapequa
Lightfoots."
Lightfoots.
In fact, I think the Native Americans came here on our land. Like they don't even know.
Yeah.
But it's like interesting because it's like, you know, once you leave 20 minutes outside of New York, there's no more like gentrification or anything. There's no more like colonization. It's just whites being whites hanging out.
No, it's just different kinds of whites.
Right.
There's still like this weird hatred. Like people have this ingrained hatred for people that are different than them. But then you go to a place like Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and they're like all white, but they're like, I hate those whites.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Because
that was the
those
glory
whites
days
have
of
eczema.
That was the glory days of like America and whiteness.
Right.
Was when there was white on white like hatred
Right,
like
yeah.
that, like the Irish. Oh,
Yeah,
they're
that
disgusting.
was-
It's like
was, because the Irish people, they were like, but we're not, because they were looking at them like, I guess we're fucking not white, you know.
Yeah.
But they're like, so they're the whitest.
Yeah.
But then again, Irish people are red, you know. It's not
Yeah,
really
and back
white.
then it was like Germans
Yeah.
love basketball and stealing televisions. Am
Yeah.
I right? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, let's get back to that.
Yeah. All the Germans on
Those were the
welfare.
good old days.
I was talking about this with because while we were twitching, which I know you guys twitch too, right? Do you
We
guys-
haven't
we
started
haven't
yet,
started
but
yet,
we,
but-
you know.
You guys got it. I think it'd be very funny. But like we were talking about this on our Twitch, and we were saying how like the 80s and 90s was such a perfect time for just everybody saw stereotypes as like an advantage. You know what I mean? They were just like, like we were talking about wrestling, and we're like, if you were a wrestler in the 90s and you were black, you were like funky, you know, whatever. If you were even
Skibbity-doo-dap.
exactly, there was like somebody said this story about how Vince McMahon was
Oh,
talking.
you're talking about like WWF wrestling.
Yeah,
Yes.
old
Like
school.
Kamala,
Wait,
the big guy who bites the chicken.
Kamala?
That's
I'm
exactly
thinking
who we were
actual-
talking about.
yeah.
That's exactly who we were talking about.
Were you
Stereotype
talking about like actual wrestling?
I thought he was talking about like Greco-Roman Olympic wrestling. And I'm
Like naked
teach
toga?
teach me more.
I didn't even know there was real wrestling.
There was a brown wrestler named Curry Man. You know that?
I did not know that.
There
but-
wasn't, but doesn't that sound right? though?
Yeah,
right.
Way to avoid
Wow.
entrapment, Brendan.
I can't believe I
Wait,
fell for
that
that.
was a
He's smart.
trap, and you
What, am I,
navigated
an
that
audience
perfectly.
member?
Dude, right now,
Part of
Brendan-
him was just
Brendan-
like holding his hand. I'm like, no, I don't know who Curry
Brendan is
Man
like
is.
is Neo right now with all the bullets were shooting him. Was like, no, I love all people. I love all people. I love all people.
Cut to 20 minutes ago. I was like, these sand words are
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
things up. No, but there was a story about Vince McMahon who he apparently there was this guy who wanted to be in wrestling or something, and he was like. Vince McMahon was like, well, tell me about yourself. And he's like, well, you know, I was a
was like,
lawyer,
oh, shit,
and I was
oh,
also blah, blah, all of these accolades.
Yeah.
All these, like, incredible accolades about being, like, a lawyer, but also studying in med school and everything and all that. And Vince McMahon goes, got it. You're like
Dumpling man.
You're a pussy man.
No, you're like Johnny Goldstein. He like made him like this Jewish guy, and he's like,
But he's like a black dude.
there's way more to
Jewish
me.
wrestler.
There's way more to me than just
Johnny Goldstein.
Something like that.
All right, you're a dreidel
it's
boy.
like Chaim
His costume is
Goldstein.
like money bags.
yeah.
He comes in.
Yeah, he's like, I went to med school. Cut to 10 months
Yeah.
later, he's coming out
just-
going like, L'chaim.
He has like a payo grab move.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They grab his
He uses
payos.
it to choke
Right,
people.
the payo whip.
He's giving him the payo whip.
Rabbi Goldstein and a 1 and a 2. Oh God! And I want to see that guy, the announcer for the Jewish guy. You know what I'm saying? It's Shabbos tonight, and it's not good. I'll say that.
I'm always afraid that I'm going to say something.
It's Shabbos tonight, and he just put his lights out.
Oh yeah.
No lights on Fridays, baby.
Oh God.
I'm afraid that I'm going to say something on a podcast that's like super racist, and then like in a couple of months, or if I ever get any fame, they're going to be like, he's incredibly racist, and then there's going to be the Chris D'Elia moment when they look back on something, and it's like they play the fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like I look down, they're zooming in on my eyes,
Everyone's
like.
doing a Chinese accent.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're getting so raw. Like when you first brought up that McMahon story, I was like, oh, the guy was like, Ching Chao Po Lo, Sheng Da Do Ba. Just assuming he was Chinese for some reason. Meanwhile, Brendan's making a woke point about it being a Jewish wrestler.
Brennan's being a good guy, and when you say the word Chinese, we're just like, all right, race to accent in 5, 4, 3,
course,
2,
of course.
1.
Oh, it's so fun to do, and it's also I did a podcast where on the podcast, we were doing the exact same thing.
Sure.
It was all a bunch of white guys.
Okay,
though, but,
You need one to spice it up. I'll tell you that right now.
and I just started doing like Asian eyes, and let me tell you, it was perfect timing. Okay, so there was nothing racist about it. It was racist, but it was perfect timing. And then the next week when they were promoting it, they used that as the
only thing they cut out.
the clip. They were like, check out
Promotion.
Yeah, they're
They
like,
even made
check out.
T-shirts for it.
Yeah. They were like, check out Brendan on blah 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 podcast. Come to me.
They renamed the show. Catch Brendan Asian Eye Sagalow. That becomes your new comedy nickname.
Brendan Sagalow.
Sagalow. Brendan is taking his hand.
It's Japanese.
Yeah.
I know
Yes,
the
it
difference.
is.
I know the difference.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't like them.
There's a reason why I know the difference. Because I don't trust them.
If you ain't from Szechuan, get the fuck out of my place. He's a very regional Chinese hate.
What other
exactly.
white people have you
Fuck
had on
the
this?
Cantonese.
Only Tibetans here, or else.
This is a hard podcast to know when you guys are going to be done with your bit.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
sure.
It's
Come on
it's
in.
a tough problem.
Come on
You
in.
just come
Come
in.
on, come on
The
in.
water's fine,
Just
huh?
bust through. Just bust
Yeah.
through anytime.
I like leaving a little meat on the
No,
bone.
no. See, we'll do it, and then we're like, and you, sir? And you're like, I respect all
I'm on
kinds.
the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep going. It's so weird. Listen to this.
You do one Asian accent, we're like, whoa.
Everything
Whoa.
gets silent. So this will come out in a couple of weeks. if we remember to
in honor
record.
of Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, so this should be perfect, Brendan.
If we remember to record it, of course.
We got to introduce, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Today's at Mango Bay, holy shit, okay.
Wow, what
He's
a
our favorite Asian comedian. We saved your ass right there.
Yep.
All right, he's half Asian, don't worry.
He is half
I did
Asian.
do the 23andMe, and I am 100% Asian.
Yeah. That's not a race, but we'll take it. All right.
Egyptian.
Okay, there it is. There it
He
is.
went for-
And that's
the wrong
African.
Asian.
I know, that's not even Asian, that's African. That's African, right?
Yes.
I remember that because school failed me, but I remember like somebody saying very early on to me and going, denial is not just the river in Africa.
That's it. That's when Brendan became woke.
Yeah, I
his
went-
brain just lit up.
A bunch of numbers and pies.
That's how Brendan hits on black women. That's his opening line.
Do you want to date me? No. Denial's not just the river and where you're from.
Can I fuck you right now? Can I suck your white cock? Denial puns.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Hey, you have any other white people, or is this?
We do.
We had one, actually. I mean, Joe.
We have Joe.
I thought
Juan.
Juan was Mexican.
What?
Hey, what's up,
okay, he's still
everybody?
going.
Orale.
We'll be
Check
right
out the
back.
gringo with the hot ribs, huh? We had
Juan.
ribs.
We had
Well,
Juan.
once you get Brendan
Pastor,
started,
you're
it's just
coming in
pitch.
Mac Caliente.
It looks like I'm taking the
Yeah.
meat off the bone.
Dude, he takes off his hoodie. It's just like one buttoned on his plaid shirt. Wow, Brendan, you're every race.
I have Oakley's on. Hey.
All right, white in, white out. Joey, you gotta bounce. We have today on the pod.
Brendan Sagalow, very
Brendan's
funny
a very
comic. Guys,
funny dude.
before we get to Brendan, though, subscribe to the Patreon. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere.
All that.
We got hours of bonus content for you
Spotify,
guys.
Grubhub.
Yeah, Patreon's been jumping off real hot lately. We don't have time to get into our names today, but we will next episode.
Oh, hold on.
Your names? You can say your names.
New Patreon
New
subscribers.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Shout them out. We appreciate
Yeah.
our
I
patrons.
thought you meant your names. I
Yeah,
was
they
like,
already know our
hey,
names.
You don't know.
Hey, don't not say your names on my behalf.
We don't have time to get into our life story here, okay?
Brendan just colonized our space.
Yeah,
Brendan, can I
exactly.
do anything for you?
We have so many more races to make fun of.
Oh my God. Today's is Brendan Sagalow. And dude, Brendan and I met day 2 of comedy in New York.
Yeah.
We both fucking ate a fat dick at a 5 p.m. mic or some shit.
I actually passed by an open mic that I remember because Usama was a cancer in the open mics. Just something that you can't stop. And even if you had the money to stop, there's a lot of people in the industry that would go, keep it
I'm
going.
the spring roll of comedy.
Yes. You're the egg roll of
I'm
comedy.
in the bag, dude.
Yeah. You no matter what, Usama's gonna be there. And you're going through and you go, I got to do more mics.
Right.
I got to get out there. I got to show my face. I've been doing this 16 more years than Usama, and I'm asking him for advice.
Right.
So I hit you up and I go, let me
I remember
let me
this day.
follow you
I remember
around.
this
Let me
day.
follow you
Yeah,
around.
one day.
Wow.
In the
One
life.
day.
Yeah.
One night I followed Usama around to maybe 3,000 open mics. And by number 2, I was like, how does he do this? This man has a pain threshold
Dude,
that is I mean, you should be a CIA torture operative
100%.
agent. Like you just have you just go in, you go
Well,
zip zap, and
dude,
nobody laughs, and you're like, peace.
They're already doing. They're already torturing me. The requirement is I go to Mike's. I'm already getting tortured,
Yes.
bro.
This is every guest episode, by the way, as we have a guest on. Usama will do his intro. He's like, I remember so-and-so
Young
from the
boy.
second day in comedy.
I
And then
know.
the other person will be like, I remember Usama was the freak who did 1 million mics a week.
yes.
I was, dude. My posture was also like guy who
Yeah.
does a lot of mics.
Yeah.
Back then, I was like more sickly. You know,
Yeah.
I was eating carrots from a box and shit.
Yeah, you slept under a heating lamp like
Yeah,
a lizard.
not even-
I like
Eat
how
it,
you're
bro.
pretending to be healthy now when you just hurt your back on a riff last episode.
Last episode, I laughed so hard my body hurt.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And it's also hilarious that you were a guy that everyone knew shit in a bag for
Oh,
a
yeah,
while.
yeah, yeah.
And no one even, did anybody ever pull you aside and go, hey man, do you need like money or something?
Yeah, and also they'll be like, you don't got to say that so loudly, dude. That
Yeah.
you shit in a bag.
You probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I bring this up because yesterday I'm walking around Brooklyn and I'm walking into this neighborhood and I feel this pain in my neck.
Yeah, it's 'cause you
and I go,
popped.
what? Where am I? And I look, and it was the third open mic that I went to when I was hanging
I
out with
remember
you.
this night very
Where
well.
you left me,
Dude.
by the way. You were like, they like threw you up. They were like, Usama shows up to open mics, and they're like, oh my god, is that Russell Peters? Come on in. You were going up first, and
you know all those micers who respect Russell Peters so much. What are you talking about?
well, you get what I'm saying.
Right.
You go up, they throw you up first, and then
Somebody
they go.
gonna get put up real fast.
They go, "Is your fat friend want to go last?" And I go, "No, I'd like to go after Usama." And they go, "You're going last."
I try to pull for you too. And
I
they're
know.
Like,
I'll
we
let
love
him.
you, Usama. You're going last.
No,
You
it's
know what
good
I'm
going to mics with Usama because it's like getting into the club with the hot chick. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
it's like you get
Exactly.
fast tracked.
I do remember that day was so fun because I remember seeing your face because like first mic you're like yeah going for my dreams because I care about my dreams, right? And then
Yes.
mic 2 you're like I think I just quit.
I was so
Think
sad
about going
by
back to middle school.
Yeah,
I was
Not
so
finishing middle
sad by
school.
like the third mic. My eyebrows were below my eyes.
Yeah.
They were just like
Yeah.
I was beaten down. I had no idea how you could do that.
I carried you in a box in the second mic.
yeah,
and just like glued
you carried
out.
me in the bag that you shit in.
Yeah, dude, couldn't tell the difference. You know?
Yeah, and that was the mic. I was like, oh, this was the mic that I remember going. Oh, me and Usama are two different breeds.
What was the
Usama-
mic, by the way, that you were at
It was like
yesterday that you
Alligator
got the-
Lounge or some shit.
Yeah.
I remember saying
It was
that-
like a bar
I
or
remember
something.
us having the worst mic of all time. We walking out and be like, and that was the fun one.
yeah, you really were. You were like, that's the good one.
Oh, so you were younger than Usama in comedy at the time.
No.
Which
No.
I think I had been doing comedy 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then this fucking guy comes into the scene and he's doing this to
But-
everybody. and-
Dude, that is-
Oh, it's
I'm funny, right?
Yeah.
Is this funny?
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
funny. Dude, no, you were a guy. I remember because we were all just miking and we were all just so shitty. You were the guy who. You had a different style. I was the guy who was like, let me just jizz in the entire city, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, let me just fuck one club.
Let me fuck one club. Let me get good. Because I always felt like, I was jealous of I think it's like a grass is always greener thing, but I'm always jealous of the comics who come from like another place.
Right.
And they grind their teeth and they become good, and then they can come to New York and kind of show off their thing. But this is why it's the grass is always greener.
Right.
Is that they come to New York and you have to swallow your pride.
Yeah,
Right.
you have to
know what I
start
mean?
all over
You
again.
have to start
dude.
all
Start
over
all
again.
over.
You have no ego.
No
you
one gives
have
a
to
fuck.
come in
Yeah.
and be like, yep, and then just keep your head down and constantly kill.
You can check. You can see that guy on a mic any day.
Yeah.
That guy who
Yep.
was like, oh, he used to kill at the Chuckle Fucks.
Yeah.
And now he's here, and he's like he did this at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're all gone now, and now he's at the creek at 11. Like,
Yeah.
so plants. Like, oh boy.
yeah.
This
But it's
guy-
also like, also I would great neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
one ambulance.
Thank you for bringing that Long Island.
hey, what is
There
this?
goes the neighborhood. Y'all don't have ambulances in Long
You
Island?
guys don't have in-house doctors? Well, like the whole staying at New York Comedy Club thing was like such a like bad thing too. But I was so comfortable there.
I mean, it does have its perks. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
it's got its perks, and that's what keeps you there.
Right.
Is that you're going, oh, I'm cutting my teeth here, I'm getting good, but then you go to another place and you're like, oh wait, they don't have the same walls, so
Yeah.
you're kind of fucking up. So that took
Right.
me years to like get out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, dude, I remember seeing your first like spot at New York Comedy Club. I remember seeing you like hit it. I'm like, oh my god, this guy just put his head on the wall and just pushed the same wall.
Yes,
you know?
I basically.
It's-
You ever see Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
That I was one of the pirates that is in the wall with barnacles keeping me there. And
See, I came in much later than you guys, so when I saw Brendan, he was already a fully formed
Right,
comic
right,
who was
right.
super funny.
Right. Yeah. I remember.
Also performing in other places, like
Yeah.
the only being at New York was such a point of contention, but it was so hard to like get out because again there is that ego of like I'm killing at that club, and then you go somewhere and no one, and this is only this is a different borough. I couldn't even imagine coming in from like Nebraska,
dude,
or
you just lose everything in one day. You know, one day you lose everything, and you have to realize that.
Yeah.
You know? I also love how, by the way, your preferred sitting stance is Renaissance model.
Yeah, it's true.
It's fucking nice,
Brendan
dude.
Sagalow, painted by Titian.
Yeah, well, I didn't expect that you guys were gonna make me get so vulnerable.
So,
What a goddamn power move
No,
it is.
get back to it. What are you doing?
No,
Get
enjoy it, dude.
Get it.
Now I'm
Take
sitting
off
like-
your
Take
one
hoodie
of
too.
your balls, dude.
Yeah, we want to see some nipple
we're
as well.
balls out podcast.
Such
here.
a power move for me to walk in and go shoes off.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's just for the cleanliness of the house.
Yeah, well, I don't think the shoes are the problem.
I know you're just like, oh, God.
Well, you have Indians here. You'll allow Indians but not shoes? Disgusting.
What is
And one Italian.
I'm not gonna let a man who shit in a Macy's bag for 6 months.
That's so
Oh, you
true.
think I was shitting that good of a bag, dude? Wow. What
kind of bag
What am I
is
coming up in the world, dude? Holy shit. A
That's
Macy's
something-
bag?
that's-
It's just a
something
black
that-
anonymous
Wow.
bodega bag.
Dude, if I shat in a bag with wicker handles, wicker handles bag? What am I? A fucking,
That is something that Usama conveniently left out of the America's Got Talent
Yeah.
audition.
Shitting in a bag. Oh, you had a colonostomy?
Dude,
Not exactly.
Did you tell them that?
I
Did you
said,
tell
it.
them that?
Exactly.
I said it, and they put the lens cap back on. They're like, we're not going to use that tape, dude. I literally did.
He even brought one. He's like, see? Here's
I had a
proof.
sample.
You say it, and the camera guy immediately has his hands on the bridge of his nose, and he's just like.
Dude. What was
And that's
that?
when I became a chef. Yeah, I was a camera guy and a DP for America's Got Talent, and then a man who shits in a bag,
in a
openly
bag.
admitted it with a smile.
And I'll be honest, it wasn't always not diarrhea. I'll say that. All right? Take that. And I said,
And what'd you do with the bag? Was it the same bag, or
what do
was
you
it
think?
I kind of
did?
feel like this should have been.
What do you like? And then
I don't
I
know.
ate it.
I kind of
all
feel
the
like
sense is out the
shitting
window
in the
here.
bag should have been your talent on AGT, actually.
I tried to apply to many things
Yeah.
on that channel. They
Yeah.
were like, you know what? No, but there was a moment where they were like trying to get all these raw stories out. Then one of the main producers came walking by and they're like, yeah, we're not using that part. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, God.
I imagine how many raw stories go through. They're like, yeah, I was sucking dick for a while before I get
Yeah.
into singing. They're like, it
there's one
is a
singer-
hard story, but we got a kid whose parents are divorced. Maybe we'll go with him.
And then but then sometimes they'll go into it. They're like, that's a touching story. We have the guy whose dick you sucked
Yeah.
right behind you.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on
yeah.
in, Harold.
Well, I always thought that was so funny with America's Got Talent is they have all these characters that come on and they're like, well, blah 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 was on meth and he was also homeless, but then he comes on, he's this like sentient being of like, yeah, things were tough. They never get actual homeless schizophrenics
Oh, yeah.
that we
No.
see all the
Never.
time. That's like,
some guy who's twitching but sings like a fucking bird.
yeah, they're like, what are you gonna sing for
What?
us?
My talent is I'm going to bite this wall until it's gone.
Yeah, they're like,
homeless
Hey,
talents.
you gonna finish this wall? I'm kind of hungry.
I can make a trash fire in 10 seconds. And Sophie Vergara's like, wow.
Yeah, Nick Cannon is like, what are you gonna sing for us? And they're like, they start singing the song from American History X. It's like, what was that?
Nick Cannon gives him a golden buzzer because the song hates Jews.
The white man marches on. They're like, okay, we're gonna go to a commercial.
So I'm a tailor. What do you make? KKK hoodies? Okay. Go
Not
into it.
100% sure General Electric is gonna be cool with this guy, folks. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break.
It's called America's Got Talent, boy. not Indians Got Talent. all right?
yeah. You know who else prevails? Erection pills. I keep looking at the camera. It's so douchey.
That is a way better show, by the way. I would watch that on Spike TV.
Oh,
or some shit.
100%.
What?
Like dirty ass talents, but it's like an American.
Of course.
The real
Yeah.
America's
The real
Got
America's
Talent.
Got Talent,
Like,
dude.
Well, I have a feeling that's what
I can blow
every
cigarette rings with my pussy. How about that?
that's like what every like douche who comes from like New York University like Tisch school pitches in their first writing thing where they're like, what if we have homeless people fighting homeless people?
Yeah, right. In a cage.
Yeah.
And that film student's name was E-Bomb.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah. 100%.
E-Bomb went to Tisch.
E-bomb. Yeah. Hi, my name's E-bomb. The E stands for extreme, but nobody knows that.
The bomb is because I control the media.
Yeah. How many pitches do you think go? It's like Jackass meets hates It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
So many. It's like woke jackass, you know?
Every time I have an idea for a show, I picture myself doing an elevator pitch for it, and I just feel like such a queef. I'm always like, what if it's like 30 Rock meets?
It's always that's always I gotta start. You know, it's gotta something meet something.
Of course.
Yeah,
know?
that's what they expect at this point, I think. Is they want a formula. It's like, no, be formulaic.
All right.
These executives should get their own Oscars for the amount of like being able to be like, what? Okay,
Sure.
oh, we like that.
I
We
think a
like
lot of them are
that.
just dumb though, and they legitimately are like, "Hey,
They have nothing to do with their
Yeah.
day. They have nothing to do with that. I went to LA. I did the whole circuit.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of like hot chicks like, so you're brown. Like, what is that? I'm like, what?
So you're brown. Tell us about that.
What is that? Like, is it hurt being brown?
Does it hurt? Does your skin hurt?
Yeah, is that
It feels like your skin might hurt.
What's your melting point? You know what I'm saying? Fucking
Yeah.
crazy,
when was
dude.
the last time you bathed?
Yeah. And one
How long did it take you to get that brown?
one lady was like, walked me into her fucking, office. She's like, I hope it's not too lit. And I'm like, I swear to God, it was
Lit?
like dark. Yeah, no, it was like she was like a vampire. I hope it's not too much. And it's like one fucking lamp on the fucking
Yeah.
corner.
You ever go into like anything where they say something and you're like, was that like a did you have that written down that you're like, I'm gonna bet that I can get away with saying this? Like she wrote down, I'm gonna make the lights very dim.
Right.
And then when someone comes in, I'm gonna go, hope the lights aren't
not
too
too
light. And then and just see, will he call me out?
Yeah.
I think about that with my therapist all the time. He'll say stuff and I feel like he wants me to be like
Think
call
your
him out on
therapist
it.
trying to game you?
Yeah. I think
That's crazy.
So
That's how
is that
distrustful
crazy?
you are. The person who's paid to help
Is
you
playing mind
I don't know
games?
about you, bro.
I'm so distrustful, man. It's like,
Actually, your ex hired me, Brendan. I'm actually doing this on behalf of the ex who you wanted healing from.
He's like, let's do some Rorschach text. What does this remind you of? It's just a picture of his ex. It's an
yeah,
actual
yeah,
picture.
yeah. It's
It's
an,
like-
is that like a
Is that
spot?
Cindy? He's like, wrong. It's a butterfly.
bud.
Obsessed much?
Obsessed much?
Sari. I love
I'm gonna
that.
put you
I love
on
that name.
Danzafil right now. Oh my god, what the fuck disease?
He pulls out the electroshockers. He's like, I think I
I'm
know what you
sorry,
need.
I gotta do this.
Well, I'm so paranoid. My therapist is on a like a slanting paying whatever that's called, where you can. It's basically pay what you can.
Okay.
And I'm so paranoid that I'm paying him this much, so he's giving me this
That-
much of
right.
his,
Yeah.
of his like attention and love.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
the
giving
sliding scale therapist. I'm always like,
Sliding
this
scale.
person needed to study more.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
So like if I'm
That's
paying,
interesting.
Like,
if
I don't
I'm
want to be
paying
their
him-
guinea pig for their first haircut.
Yeah.
The
you know?
EBT therapist, like, have you tried suicide? You know
Well,
what I'm
because I
saying?
know other comics that go to see him,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Yeah, I pay him like $200 a session," and I'm like, "Wow, your sessions must be really helpful because I'm paying not that." And he's like,
They're getting
I'm
happy
like,
endings from the session.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
jacking
I'm
him
like,
off.
I might kill myself, and my therapist is like, "Hey, it will end everything."
Here are some bridges.
That is
You know?
one solution.
Here's some brochures.
Yeah. Well, it will be a painless way to go.
Yeah. he's like eating chips.
Yeah,
He's like, anyway, fuck. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
He's watching Bridgehampton or whatever that show is.
Bridgerton?
Bridgerton. What is it? Bridgehampton.
Bridgerhampton.
He's watching the
You're like,
Queen's
let me just
Gambit.
Throw in every rich thing I know.
He's like, I don't know, Brendan. I think you should marry the Duke. What?
Bridgehampton. Have you tried wearing a corset? I don't
He's
know.
just like, have you seen this new David Spade show?
First of all, that guy still has a career of one type of energy. That guy has used that like sarcasm.
I love
as a
it.
multi-million-dollar. I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah, I love David
specials,
He's
Spade.
are
amazing,
like-
dude.
His
hilarious.
specials feel
But he's
so-
had like one thing he's done for like forever, and it's still fresh.
I mean, yeah, everything he's done is fucking hilarious. I can't think of anything that's even
quick,
even The Emperor's New Groove was like
He's a genuinely funny dude.
Yeah.
Emperor's New Groove was one of the
There's no
best
getting
fucking
around
movies
it.
of all time, dude.
the poison for
Dude,
Cusco.
okay,
Cusco's
all right.
poison.
Cusco's poison.
The Cusco's
Cusco's poison.
Cusco's Peter.
We have this thing where he thinks he does a better impression of Kronk than me, and I just don't.
It's
Is that like your guys'
100%
thing?
better.
Yeah, that's our
Yeah,
battle.
that's our
That's our
Nexus.
dick size thing. And we're actually trying to impress this one girl, like comic.
Is this a real thing?
This is a real thing. And we were trying to show her, like, mine's better, dude.
I know,
And so
we're-
we were like, hey, watch
we're
mine.
such fighting
Watch
fans.
mine.
You're trying to impress like a 5-year-old girl? Were you guys
She's
both
fine.
courting the same 5-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were such fighting fish about it.
Yeah,
we
I
were
know.
like,
Hey,
need to
Brendan,
impress
hey,
this
Brendan,
girl.
Go to a spot. Anyway, so Cusco's boys. Cusco, I'm like jacking off my own dick.
That's really funny, mister. I guess I will come home with you.
And then,
But on the other hand, he's white.
Yeah. Brendan had like a
I am
crowbar.
white.
But see, all the diverse friends I have, Brendan's very important to me on my IG because it's like all my minority ass friends, and then like I see a Brendan story and it's just like, sugar, we're going down swinging. I'm like, I need this guy.
Yes.
To like harken back to my punk days.
Yes. Well, here's a little insight about me mentally. If you see my Instagram stories and you see 3 little things, I'm doing great. But if you see that like ... if you see like a
construction
lot
paper.
of stories, and I'm not promoting something, definitely reach out and ask how I'm doing.
Dude, I
because
remember
that's-
seeing one where it was like the ... and it was just like, my roommate is fucking. And then there's like 9 of those. Like
No, my roommate would never.
something. You were like holding your ear to
I think you just
No, my
switched to
roommate-
doggy.
Yeah,
my
I just
roommate
switched to
comes in.
doggy.
He gets so fucking mad at this Chinese restaurant that he keeps ordering from, and he orders Snapples from this Chinese restaurant, and he wants a straw so bad. And I think at this point, I think they're fucking with him, dude. I think at this point they just don't give him a straw because every phone call.
He's like, just give me 1 straw. They give him 2 spring rolls.
Dude, it's
You
so
know what I'm
funny.
saying?
He's out because my room is right next to the living room, and he's like, give him 2 spring rolls. That's really funny. And so I keep hearing him go like, yeah. So he orders this thing, and he goes, oh, and you guys didn't give me a straw last time. He doesn't even go, hey, you guys have not given me straws. He just keeps going, you haven't given me a straw last time, so please make sure that it's in the bag, okay? And then cut to 25 minutes later. I hear him go, fuck! I hear him screaming in the living room
So dumb.
about the straw for a Snapple.
And one day, he orders a Snapple. They give him just straws.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's totally fucking-
He gives him a Snapple made of straws. So it's like
so dumb. It's so dumb. Why? Why don't they give him a straw? Like, what was that?
Because they care
fucking-
about turtles.
Yeah, they love turtles.
They're
They
conservationists.
love the
the
turtles.
way
out there.
he talks to people is like so very strict. I think he's got some sort of mental issue that it's like, hey man, show just slight compassion. I know we
right.
live in a very cruel world here, but you have to be like, hey guys, you know, how you doing?
I don't know who would understand that more than Chinese people, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't
do you
have
mean?
like compassion when they're dealing with people.
Yeah.
The best Chinese restaurants are like, hey, no.
Yeah. Hey, no. Yes.
No, stop.
Hey, no. Yes. $14. No.
Don't do that.
Yes.
And it's like, you're 12. He's like, yeah. Hey.
Yeah, dude, I walked into remember when we were younger and like you were going to try to get your first job when you're like whatever. I was 14. I'm sure Usama. I'm sure you guys were 1.
I was a kid at one point. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I have
1 or
age,
2.
yes. What? How do Indians age? It's like dog years, right? It's like-
I was just saying you go out to work earlier. That was kind of a compliment.
Got you.
So I went to and I'm giving out my resume or whatever, which at this point is just
Your
printer
name.
paper. Yeah.
Jimmy John's for 18 years.
And I walked into this Chinese place, Peking Kitchen in Syosset, and
Peking.
I said Peking, and this one lady who I was talking to. This one lady who I was talking to, if that gives you a hint. And
Pretty good. Not bad. One lady. So you're talking to this one lady, huh?
I'm talking to this one lady.
One lady.
And she was like, I think it's Peking. And I was like, I don't think so. It's spelled Peaking. And she's like, what's a Peking then? What is a Peking?
Peking duck was an edging duck that was about to come.
A horny duck.
A horny
Little
duck.
horny duck. Hey, what's
so
up?
I completely just started saying Peking, but now after you corrected
It's actually Peking. You're both wrong.
No, it's
Is
Pai
it?
Kong, actually.
Peking.
Wow,
It's
Pai-
actually Ching Chang Chong.
Yeah. The Asians can't
Me
drive
do
duck.
pee-pee in your coat.
Asians can't drive duck.
It's actually I.
Pang cheng tai duck.
Now go on into the world and take that out there.
Never coming out.
Duck.
And I gave them my resume, and they laughed in my face. I remember that was like the first time. That was like my version of a black kid, like going to a white pool,
I love
and
it.
then being like, "No," that was my version of that. I was
Wow.
a young kid going like, "Whoa, racism!" You know?
Hey, not
It's like
chill.
white people really are oppressed. we can take the wrong message
By
about
the way,
racism.
dodged a bullet. Could you imagine? I would quit that first week. They would be torturing me working at a Chinese food restaurant.
Yeah, of course. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude.
Just yelling at me.
You'd end up waking up. You'd wake up and you're in the walk, just getting roasted. They're gonna
Yeah,
sell
they
you.
would like call me a racist. They'd be like, "White powder, you make
White powder. You made.
Hey,
you
saltine,
you
saltine
make-
cracker.
Dude,
sorry,
we're doing so much Asian joke. We're about to get canceled by Shane Gillis. You know what I'm saying? I have never in my days seen such racism
I'm like,
towards
Miss
Asians.
Pin, I get 2-minute break, and she goes, 2 minute, okay, it's over now. Get back to work.
And he's off. And he's off.
This is the real me.
Anyway, shrinking.
That's why I have no team. That's why nobody wants to be on my side. They see it. I get it. They go like, when you're, at a certain point in your career when you go like, I should have had a manager, an agent by now. I get it.
Right.
I get it. I look at everything I've done, and if someone did want to be on my team, they would be crazy.
Yeah, you'd be skeptical immediately. I don't know, bro.
I don't think so. You seem to bet on the wrong horse.
Yeah.
I mean,
you have bad instincts, so no.
We shit on whites so much that now it's getting to be like, all right,
You're starting to feel bad.
We're really playing with the you can go and do it.
Well,
I've
always called you out on that because Usama will go up and go, don't white people do blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
yeah.
Everyone does that, dude. Everyone does
White
that.
people be eating
What's
at
up with
lunchtime.
white people
Always.
and shoelaces? Am I right? Huh? I can't
people.
close my shoes.
Always.
Man,
What's up with that? What's up with that?
The crowd is
White
laughing
people.
so
Dude.
hard.
The cloud is dying.
And even the
dying.
white guys,
That's the worst part
there's
about
like
it.
one white guy. We do be tying our shoes, though.
Yeah,
we do be tying our shoes.
We do.
This guy gets us.
Yeah. Cut to you at Madison Square Garden. White people fix buttons on their
What
shirts.
is the deal? Of course, yeah. But then there's the other thing where it's like actually a good white roast where it's like y'all enunciate all your words in rock songs, which is like a good thing.
That is good.
Hello, this is a song. It's like
Now, but then there's like Green Day that's like,
It sounds like, dear, I don't want to go to school. You find one phrase that you know.
well, I gotta tell you, that is also like something that I love that music, and Green Day is my favorite band and everything. But like, there is a certain point where it's like, dude, you're 45. If you say the word teenager one more time, I'm gonna kill myself. Okay.
We didn't realize how weird it was. We didn't realize when like a 35-year-old's making a song called Recess.
Well, because they're selling the music to us at
Right.
that age.
Yeah.
Their whole thing is like, we have to keep these young people into our music.
Right.
Because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
The money is in the kids.
It's very sad, dude.
It's very
so
sad.
I'm truant.
But then you have
because
Blink-
I'm in detention. You're 47 years
Yeah,
old.
Blink
I hate when
182.
mom makes me do my taxes. I don't want to eat tuna.
What's going on with dad in the capital gains tax?
I would
Oh,
much.
you really actually become older?
Yeah, they're
my
older,
dad has
but they're-
stage 4 cancer.
But they're still trying to like shoehorn into teenage problems.
Someday I will get
It's a real bummer
colonoscopy.
that I can't see my kids anymore.
I have a hernia.
Yeah, I'd much rather prefer that.
That's a
than
good song,
fucking
though.
Blink-182
That's
talking
real,
about getting
though.
grounded
You know?
for the 40th time. They're like, I hate my hometown, and you're like, you can leave. You have multiple
You have.
credit cards.
You're recording this from Vegas.
You
Yeah.
funded an entire UFO research center.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You fucking weirdo.
Oh yeah.
An entire UFO
shit.
research center is so funny.
so dumb.
He's like, he finally meets the aliens, and he's like, do you also get grounded? We are from planet Zing Zong. Does Zing Zong have a hot topic that we could go to?
Hot topic. Oh my god. I actually would do that. That's where every not even white kid, like every kid who lived in a suburb,
Well,
you ended
yeah.
up there at some point.
My parents never let me go to the mall.
No.
So I was really deterred from that level of whiteness as like a brown kid growing up in suburbia.
They never let you go to
Yeah.
the mall?
They wouldn't let me go to the mall.
That's good. You would end up doing drugs and shit.
In hindsight, I was like, that's good. I wasn't out there getting molested, you
Mall
know?
is so fun.
That's where the Mustang starts. That's where the Lester was born.
Yeah.
But I also understand from going to the mall, I do understand this like hatred of other people taking your culture in a way. Like I understand when black people why some black people hate Eminem, where they're like, he's taking from the culture and he might not necessarily be giving back to it.
Yeah.
Which he is, by the way. Okay. Sure. Look, I don't know the guy.
That one song
But I've
where
done
he's
my
like,
research.
where he's like, that was really back for the culture.
he's
That was for black people.
Yes. That's what he gave to charity.
This
And
is for
I
you,
get
John
it.
Dre.
I get it because I'd walk into a Spencer's and I'd see an Indian kid with like the hair over
Oh
his eyes.
yeah. Oh,
and
I
I'm
know
like-
those guys, dude.
You didn't
I'm
earn
like,
that.
that doesn't feel good.
Yeah. He's an Indian guy. He's like, call me Raven. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Your name's
Call me
Raveen,
Scott.
buddy.
Yeah.
Call me Raven.
Scott Gupta.
Yeah. I
Scott
hate you,
Gupta in
dude.
the house.
Yes. I'm Connor Gupta.
Connor Gupta? Hold the
And I
Gupta.
miss you.
And I miss you.
Is it the bang over the eye?
Biryani.
Yeah. Hi, I'm. What's the holiday?
Diwali. I'm
Hi,
Diwali
I love
Johnson.
celebrating Diwali. This song is called "I Hate You, Mom and Dad."
Oh, punk talking about Diwali. Fuck Diwali. Fuck Diwali.
yeah. You always make me take my shoes off.
I don't want to take my shoes off in the house. He's like, oh, trying to be a white kid.
Yeah,
Holy
he's
shit,
doing like a
dude.
sitar solo.
I don't want to call you auntie. I want to call you by your first name.
sitar solo. Boing, 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 boing,
I got a
boing.
20 on my SAT and I don't give a fuck, Mom.
I hate med school.
My dad beats me and it's time to fight back. That's so dumb. dude.
Actually, the song "Sugar We're Going Down" is about how there's no roads in India. Did you know that?
Actually, for the sugar shortage of 1885, sugar we're going down.
Yeah, that's more appropriate.
Sugar we're going down. It's running out.
The price of sugar is going down, and now our people are starving.
And then ba-da-ba, I'm crying, about the lack of sugar.
I wish I knew more.
Can you actually explain this, dude? That's the only song by Fall Out Boy that sounds like that. Every other song sounds different than that song. What is that?
I don't know.
Who
Maybe that's.
I don't even know this song.
Sugar
Well, the guy's voice always sounds like that.
that song is.
Brendan kind of can sing.
He can't, dude.
He kind of can sing.
Dude.
This hot little number
when
over
you
here.
say,
huh?
do you hate your parents or not? His vocal cords open up, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
exactly.
hang on."
I find
Before he
in-
goes on stage to sing, he just looks at a picture of Diane or whatever his
in
mom is.
every type of entertainment.
Diane.
I always try to find a reason to sing. I'll always
right.
try to find a reason to sing. If I'm doing stand up and there's like a moment of silence or something, I'll just start singing.
Yeah.
That's so funny if we're both actors, right? And we're doing like a sad scene one day, and they're like, "Usama, what's your inner work?" I'm like, "I thought about my mom dying." And you're like, "Brendan, what's your inner work?" I thought my mom didn't give me allowance that week, and I just started crying. I didn't know what to do.
My mom
I-
confiscated an Xbox.
I thought about my stepdad.
What is this, Auschwitz?
My mom canceled my Xbox Live Arcade,
Yeah.
and I just started bawling. I don't know what happened.
Thought about my stepmom for a while.
Yeah, my stepmom tried to call herself mom, and I just lost it.
Yeah. She doesn't even do that. She just like wants me to see her more. I hate it.
Bitch,
Fucking bitch.
We never. That's the only thing we don't understand is stepmom culture and stuff like that. Like Indians,
Stepmom culture hard to relate to.
hard to relate to.
You've never. There's no divorce in.
There is,
We
but-
don't even fucking deal with those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Those are
but
out.
yeah, it's usually the case is that like it's usually a stepdad, and in that case the dad is never anywhere to be found, so it's just dad.
There's no good brown stepdad. They're all
Yeah.
bad, dude.
They're all bad?
They're all bad, dude.
They're
even
not
the
one
dads,
that's like.
even the regular dads are like stepdads.
Yeah.
Really.
You may not
like me, but you will respect me.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can't.
What?
I can't.
That
do
was like
that.
Russian.
Okay,
I
what?
can't do
so
it.
Russian.
Well, I'm also like very scared to do it too.
Do it. No, lean
no,
into
I
it
can't.
now.
I can't. I want to. But
Try
I-
just try
You know,
some more.
All right, shake your
If
head a
you
little bit.
don't-
Shake your head a little bit. Okay, you're gonna cut that and make it a clip. Right? Yeah.
Make that a
That's
gif
the
if
clip.
you can.
That's the clip.
It's a Diwali.
Just 2
You're saying
minutes.
hi like this. Yo, this is your people, right?
Yeah, I love it.
That's okay. I mean, dude, it's just like, we're very mobile. We're very excited people. But yeah, dads aren't exactly close. And stepdads, y'all have a lot of stepdads. Y'all fucking deal with the fucking.
Do you have a stepdad, Brendan?
I have a stepmom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have a stepbrother and a stepsister who I have not
Whoa, I
met yet.
don't even know this.
Oh, is this like a recent marriage?
Well, my parents were separated for 12 years, I would say, and then my dad recently got divorced, and then the next day got married to his
Whoa.
fiance.
Okay.
Okay. How
That's
long
cool.
did you know her?
I've known her for about probably 6 years at this point.
And you had never met her kids yet?
I've not met her kids yet.
They're all
no.
old, right? I mean,
No, one of them is in college, and the other one is like maybe a senior in high school or something.
Okay.
So there is that feeling of like, what are we gonna talk about? But as I get older, and I'm starting to realize relationships matter more than whatever, and yada
Yes.
yada. I do want to be successful before I get to that point. You know what I mean? Like, you know how we're very focused on success and everything. And then you want to get to a point when you're older and in your 40s and whatever, and you're going, oh, you know what really matters is my relationships with people. That's where the wealth
Whoa.
will actually be in.
that's good, bro. I like that.
But now I'm getting to that point, and I have not gotten to the success yet, and it's pissing me off.
So which Blink-182 song was that you listened to? That helped
Stay
you
Together
arrive?
for the Kids, for sure. That's Stay Together for the Kids.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a Quran too. It's called Enema of the State.
We have a
Something like 22 album.
Yeah. First chapter, dumpweed. Don't throw your pillow at me.
I think that's a hadith, isn't it?
Dump
we went
hadith.
too deep into Quranic knowledge. Brendan there.
But yeah, so I'm starting to realize maybe I should meet these fucking guys and these kids and just develop some sort of personality, or not personality, but relationship. Also, solely on the basis that when my dad does pass away, he's probably gonna give them some fucking money in the will.
There it is. There it is. Lead with that.
And I don't. Yeah. Well, I'm also a bad guy.
But also love.
Very much, I want to develop relationships. But if they think they're gonna fuck me out of this will,
My dad kicked me out of the will.
that's actually a real problem. So
That's a
you
real
don't have
good
to
song.
put your Tom DeLonge accent on that. That's
That's
a real
my
problem.
actual pain.
That's a real problem that happens with people.
Dude, we could actually. The comic, the poor comic could write a whole fucking sad punk album. Like, we have enough pain.
Yeah. Do you guys ever like just fuck with other types of art or anything like that?
What are you talking about? What do you mean, like music?
Yeah. You ever fuck with music?
Yeah,
You ever
yeah.
try to make songs?
You used to do music, didn't you?
Like, yeah, I used to play violin for like 10 years.
No, I
You were in,
don't
like, a
mean
band, too,
I don't
weren't
mean
you?
what
I
you were
was beatboxing.
forced to do. I mean, you ever like do techno or anything?
Is
like that?
SAT art? Is that?
I used to play. I used to play the calculator.
Yeah, is that art? Yeah, I used to beatbox for a band in college.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god!
It's
What was
called
the name of the band?
The Plinth.
That's a good name.
Yeah, the Plinth, and we used to I was beatboxing with my friend Lakshman, who's a doctor now. He was like a sick like pianist. We had like a drummer.
Were they all Indian?
It was an Indian ass band. Yeah. I know. What do you want? What? She should have been called the Curry Goats. I know. Curry Goats. That's Jamaican, by the way.
Curry Goat 22.
The Curry Goat 22.
It's all about numbers, man.
The doubles. The bacon sharks.
Yeah.
It's all Jamaican stuff instead of actual Indian stuff.
The Bumbleclards.
The bumbleclads.
They're just playing guitar, throwing paint, throwing powdered paint.
Give it up for Usama.
Hey, holy.
What?
Good holy reference.
Oh!
I know a lot.
Not just
Hey!
Ali, also
I know a
holy.
lot about your culture, man.
I wouldn't even catch that. Oh my god. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What is this, some sort of Raksha Bandhan situation? Dude? He knows everything about, low-key knows all the Hindi shit.
I did a lot of research on the way here.
Yeah.
God, you guys are
I'm
disgracing
on-
the Rishta right
Dude,
now.
I'm on
Wiki India. Oh, wow.
That's what I want, bro. Blink-182 to make like a really diverse album about like actual other races' problems.
Yeah,
They're going to
yeah.
aliens before they go to
They
Indians.
love aliens.
You know?
That's something you two would do.
You too?
that's
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We had this joke that like Tom DeLonge loves aliens because he wants someone to think he's talented. You know, like please aliens, you gotta be. Maybe you.
Yeah,
Think I'm
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Maybe.
It is. Yeah, it's so funny if like the aliens like listen, they're like good.
Yeah.
They don't really have like a solid opinion on it.
Yeah. Like, usually we listen to gases.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
This is cool.
This
Nice.
is pretty good.
You know?
Love the self-titled album.
Yeah.
Showed a lot of evolution.
Evolution on this shit.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's one of those things. So like you're trying to connect more. That's a good thing. It's a very good thing. I feel like a lot of the comics, when we started to go so deeply into comedy, we lose our give a fuck energy. We're just like, I just want to make myself big.
Yeah, well-
and fuck that and fuck everything else.
I mean, it's good to have. It is good to like in our early days of like even our the ages that we are now to be a little bit of a monster.
To be good at something, do you have to be selfish for a little bit? You have to be a selfish person.
Yeah.
Because if you always give, then you're not actually honing the skill that you're trying to have.
I want to be able to make the things that I want to make, and I want to like that's what this album has like.
So speaking of, you're dropping an album. Brendan's
Yeah.
dropping an album.
it should be out by now. Whenever you put, but if all things go according to plan, it came out on the 22nd, and it's a big moment for me and everything. I listened to the albums when I was younger. Like that's what got me into it. I didn't even want to film it.
Yeah.
Like we have a video project that's on my YouTube. I'm
Right.
speaking in the future here. But I didn't even care about that. I was like, but everybody watches the video. Like
Yeah.
everybody wants to
People
watch
love-
the
yeah.
video, but I just wanted to put an audio thing out there. That's the shit that I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think I need the video because I'm just a fucking.
Well, what's the
explosive
album called, Brendan?
It's called Not Now More Than Ever.
Not Now. It's a great title.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And the point is,
Dude. Sounds like a lyric from a certain band we know.
Not Now. There is a Blink-182 song called Not Now. I just realized that. Whoa. But the point is, it's like you got to make all this stuff, and like for so long we're waiting for people to give it to us, and I'm like, I'm getting older, and now this different mentality is starting to come in of like caring about relationships and stuff. I
Did
mean,
you do ayahuasca or something? What happened? Now you give up about
It
people?
was
now?
actually just green tea. That's all it took
Yeah, it's
for
a green
him.
tea.
I'm high as fuck,
He's high as
dude.
fuck.
Hey, loving others?
Not only that, but Brendan also puts out hilarious content
Oh,
on his Instagram.
cute, very funny.
He's been making
Yeah.
some really funny sketches
And it's
too.
consistent
You guys should
too.
all check it
They're
out.
consistently
Thank
coming
you.
out.
Yes.
These are like
On my-
productions, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
cut this up and
Yeah.
make it an easy clip like that. That's y'all are like doing straight up like filming, lighting.
Dude, it's crazy. I do these videos with Mike Feeney, and I sent him a picture of something I took of him like months and months and months and months ago, like maybe even a year ago, where we had just like a tripod with our phone there
Right.
and like one little light from like not even like a film light or anything, just like a makeshift
candle,
light.
yeah.
And now we have this whole rig, we have a setup, we have a gimbal, we have everything just to, you know, adapt to this world that has been thrust upon us, you know what I mean? The pandemic.
Okay, because I'm rapey as fuck. Yeah. It's been thrust upon us.
He
without
said
how
upon,
we-
I do
not
feel
in.
raped. I do feel raped by
Pandemic.
that fucking bat.
Yeah.
Fucking bat. That guy ate.
bat
I'm not
of
mad
growth.
at Wuhan or China or whatever it came from. I'm mad at that fucking bat.
Yeah, seriously. That
That
bat was
one bat.
unclean, had no
Fucking bat.
hygiene.
That one bat, dude.
Yeah, I'd rather get mad at an animal than a fellow human.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Especially at the Asian. Am I right?
Yeah,
Love
right.
y'all.
Look, SNL. I'm doing my Robert. De Niro.
Robert De Niro. At first I was like, is he doing Chinese or Robert De Niro?
Robert De
Dude,
Niro.
Chinese Robert De
It's
Niro.
actually Chinese. Dude,
talking to
Robert
me?
De Niro Chinese version is
talking
just
to
him
me?
doing himself.
I have nipples. Can you milk me? Either way, yes. I'm starting to try and, cherish, like today, I got very angry at somebody who tried to, because, we are talking in the future, my album, but right now the album hasn't come out yet. And these guys texted me about something that was like completely stressful and everything. And I wanted to punch a fucking wall. But then I called my buddy Mike Cannon, who's one of my brothers,
Very funny
one of my
comic
best
as
Very
well,
funny.
friends.
yeah.
Very funny killer.
And he just talked me through it. And that's more important to me, having that in my life now, than it is, I still want all like the success and everything,
Yeah.
but that
That
Well,
is
no,
the
what
success.
is success
That's
to you,
the
right?
riches.
that is,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the people you meet along
Yeah,
the way.
100%.
I know. We joke around because we're men and we can't handle having actual emotions, but you're 100% right.
It's true.
If you can say I love you to more than just your bros, because we can say that I love you, bro. I love you, bro. We got to say it to people we don't think we can say it to.
You have to say it earnestly. You have to go, I love you.
Even now, I'm just like,
I know.
my balls are tingling.
Well, don't worry. I don't think I'll ever say it to you.
Wow,
I'll
dude.
go, I love you.
So it's in a voice.
I love you, bro. I do a character. Yeah, you do an act out. I do a voice.
Yeah, I got to put extra hand motions
Yeah,
in it.
you go. And then he said, I love you.
This is an impression of me loving you. I love you. But I wouldn't say it. That's me doing you. Right now, me to me.
Me
you.
going, I love
He has to do a character to say I love you.
Yeah. Hey, Usama's friend. Brendan
Yeah,
Usama.
yeah, yeah,
Usama's
yeah.
friend. You, Brendan. Usama's friend. Usama's friend.
This
Brendan
is
Usama.
Homer Simpson. I love donuts.
Yeah, I want to say I love you and then become the Homer meme where I go into the bushes.
Yeah.
Like, ew.
Christopher.
That's another one. Tony Soprano that I can do.
Tony.
I think.
Christopher,
what the fuck?
Carmela, come.
Carmela, I love you.
What are this for some gabagoo? What are this for some gabagoo?
Money got. I love how they don't say that
Marigot.
fucking last vowel. It kills me, dude. Jesus Christ.
Marigot.
Money got.
Yeah.
I got a baguette in my pants.
That's it.
Remember that.
Either way, you know what I'm saying.
We got to wind down
Sure.
now.
Yeah.
Brendan, let's plug some more of your album. I want to plug some more of your stuff.
Not now more than ever. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. It's on everything. If you have Pandora, if you listen to it on Pandora, give it a thumbs up because apparently that matters.
Okay, yeah, do it. Yeah.
When I was listening to albums on Pandora, I was giving it a thumbs up, going like, "Oh, I hope this guy comes up more." That's what all I thought that was for. But apparently, and this is a little behind the fourth wall.
Sure.
Apparently, they go like, "Oh, the more thumbs up that you get, the more we'll play your tracks."
Yeah.
Also, the more, like, say someone likes Bill Burr and then they like me, they'll put my tracks in together, and that looks great on me because these people look up Bill Burr. Like, I'm sure people look up Bill Burr, Tom Segura, 1 million downloads or
Right.
1 million times, and then Brendan Sagalow is like 2 or 3. So if I'm on that,
You're in the
they'll-
same space, you know?
it's good
Yeah.
to be in the same space.
As you should be. Very funny dude.
100%.
Yes. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter and everything.
What are your handles?
At Brendan Sagalow, BRENDAN. SAGALOW.
At Louis C.K. Gimp.
Yeah, simp.
Simp.
At Lewis Simp.
Simp K.
Simp K.
And if we're on the, if we're plugging stuff away, you can listen to my podcast, Garbage Days, which I do with Scott Chaplin. It's basically white this.
Okay.
And
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
basically.
That's a high praise for yourself.
Except
Yeah.
we don't have all this. You guys are doing great.
Yeah, y'all just joke about brown shit on your
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
So, Diwali, huh?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
What the hell is up with this?
What's the deal with Narendra Modi going on here?
Yeah. Yeah. Our next guest, Hassan Minaj. And if you're into it, on Patreon, I have a show called What's the Scenario, which you can get at patreon.com/scenariopod. It's awesome. We do we ask each other questions like, if you were a genie, or if you had a genie, what would be your 3 wishes? But I do it with Mike Cannon and Mike Feeney.
And with an Asian accent, of course.
And we,
It's not-
yes,
yep.
yes. And that's the way that you could support me. A man who will never have anyone on his team. I'm like Bill Murray. Me and Bill Murray both don't have agents or
First of all,
managers.
Bill Murray has millions of dollars. And an Asian wife, by the
All
way.
he has
Yes.
is millions of dollars.
And all I have is a pleather jacket and no shoes on.
Pleather. Listen, all right, I'm gonna give a personal. Brendan, the fucking come up from when I first saw you, dude. It's fucking out of control. You're one of the best comics in New York right now, and it came from just your work, dude. You just fucking worked, bro.
Yeah.
All right, that's fucking. You did it a different way than we all did. You fucking stayed in one place, kind of hustling there, and it kind of bloomed from there, dude. It's fucking the shit. I'm proud of you. I love
man.
seeing you fucking grow.
Super
and
funny, dude. I always
funny.
love seeing Brendan
And
perform
it's just
every
a good
time.
dude and a better comic, dude.
Thank you.
He's a shit dude.
I really love this. I love actual realness. I love, but it also is very painful. So
Love you, dude. I mean,
I
you.
We love you.
I love you. I love you too, dude. I love you too. Love you, man. Love you, dude.
Oh, Ting Chong Chong, I love you. I love you so much. Oh, I love you long time.
Me want relationships.
Me want dick, Dad. This be a super cut of just fucking ching ching ding 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 ding. Mulan.
Oh, the show has not ended yet?
No, this is Act 1. Now we got the other part where it's us just doing kung fu. All right.
That's where you cut it, right?
This is Mango Bay. Follow us at Pranav, at Usama Stands Up, at Your Mango Bay. Follow us on YouTube. Write us a review on Apple Podcasts. And remember to subscribe to the Patreon. You can get hours and hours of amazing, fresh, hot, steaming hot bonus content. We love you. Thank you.
Come again.
Your mango bay.